Hello, I'm Morgan and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this crochet coaster. I've chosen to make it in a few different spring colors, but you could customize it however you would like. It comes together very quickly and it's pretty beginner friendly. You'll learn how to do a single crochet and double crochet, so let's go ahead and get started. To start the coaster, we're going to make a magic circle, and I do this by grabbing the yarn and with my two fingers and my thumb, and I wrap it around. And you can see kind of where the yarn crosses there. I'm going to take my hook, go under that first yarn, pull that second yarn through, twist it, and then I'm going to go back and take the crochet hook and put it under that second yarn and pull that through to make a chain. There's a few different ways that you can do a magic circle. If this doesn't make sense, please pause the video and find a magic circle tutorial. So we have our magic circle, we already have one chain, so we're going to add two more for a total of 3 chains. This is going to act as our first double crochet. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet 19 around this entire circle. We're going to continue to double crochet, and that chain 3, that first chain 3 is going to act as one double crochet. So that'll be a total of 20 around the entire circle. So I'll meet you back after you've done all the 19 double crochets. We're going to slip stitch into that chain, top of that chain 3. And then we'll chain 1, and then we're going to cut it off. And that is our first section. And one thing I do for this coaster is, instead of weaving in these pieces that we cut, we are just going to crochet them inside, and I'll show you as we go. Our next color is going to be yellow, so whichever you want your second color to be, that's what we're going to start working with. For this second round, we're going to insert our crochet hook into that first chain with your second color on the hook, and you're going to pull that through to make a loop to tie it off. It doesn't count as a chain, it's just to fasten that yarn to the round. So now that that's attached, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And for these 2 tails that we have, we're going to crochet them around the round as we go. And if you prefer to weave them in, you can totally do that, but this is how I'm going to crochet them in so that I don't have to weave them at the end. So what you're going to be doing for this round is you're going to be doing 2 double crochets and then chaining 2. So this chain 3 is going to act as our first double crochet, and so we'll put our second double crochet into that very next chain. And then you're going to double crochet. So now you have 2 double crochets, and then you're going to chain 2. And then you're going to insert into that very next chain and make a double crochet. And you see I'm crocheting around those 2 ends of the yarn. That way we don't have to weave that in at the end. So next, we're going to double crochet into that very next chain. And then we're going to chain 2. We're going to repeat that all the way around, so I'll show you one more time. We're going to double crochet and then do another double crochet, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we'll start the process again where we do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and continue that throughout the whole round. And I'll meet you back over here at the end to finish off our round. Here at the end of the round, and what you're going to do is, in that last chain space, you're going to make your double crochet like normal. So we have our 2 double crochets side by side, and then we're going to chain 2. And then you're going to make a slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. And then you're going to chain 3. And now we have our 2 rounds. We have 2 to go, 1 more yellow and then 1 blue. So we have our chain 3, and now we're going to work on the next round. And the next round is going to be in this little opening here, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets. And we're going to be repeating that around the whole round, but I'll show you. So we're going to start with a double crochet, another double crochet, chain 2, and then in that same space we're going to be doing 2 more double crochets. 1, 2. So we have a total of 4 double crochets in this opening here with the chain 2 in between them. And we're going to be repeating this in every space as we go around, the space in between the 2 double crochets we made in the previous round. We're not going to be doing any chaining in between. You're just going to immediately start in that next gap and add that double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets. 1, 2, for a total of 4 in that gap. All right, we'll do it again together. In this gap, we're gonna do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and then 2 more. 3 and 4. Okay, so we're going to repeat that around this entire round, and you're only going to be doing it in the gaps in between. You see where we have the 2 double crochets that are together. So we'll go into this gap, this gap, this gap, and we'll go all the way around, and I'll meet you back over here for us to finish off that round. Okay, so to finish off this round, this very first chain 3 that we made is going to count as the 4th double crochet. So we are going to, in this gap, we're going to put 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, we're going to do our chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of that 3rd chain. And there we have it. That is our 2nd color round finished. So all we have to do is do the blue round and then we'll be finished. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain and then we're going to cut this off. And similar to how we did in the last round, if you don't want to weave this in, you can just crochet it into the round. And now we will pick up our next color by putting our crochet hook into that stitch, that first stitch that we tied off, and we're going to grab our next color. And to start this next round, we're going to insert our crochet hook into that first chain, and then we're going to slip knot our new color, insert that onto our hook, and we're going to pull that through, and then we're going to chain 1 to tie that on. Alright, so we've got our 2 little ends here, so we'll just hold those there if you're wanting to crochet those in as we go so you don't have to weave them. But now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3 to start the round. 2, 3. What we're going to do is in this first gap here, so we see this little gap, this where the chain 2 is, we are going to slip stitch. And then next what we're going to do is we're going to be doing 6 double crochets into this gap right here. 6. Okay, and then next what you're going to be doing is you are going to single crochet into that next little gap. So that next little gap here, you'll just do a single crochet. And you see how we've kind of started to get the little scalloped edge. And we're going to be continuing that all the way around. I'll do another one with you. So we are going to double crochet 6 into this next gap. So 1 and 6. And then you'll single crochet into that next little gap. Now you're going to repeat this process all the way around. So, and another way to think about it too is you kind of see how we have the high points and the low points. The low point is where you're going to be doing the 6 double crochet, and then in that next little gap is where you'll do the single crochet. So you're going to repeat this all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the end for us to finish off our coaster. Alright, so we are at our last little gap to add our double crochets, and for this last one you're actually only going to be adding 5 double crochets because this chain 3 is going to act as our 6th double crochet. So in this little gap here, we'll put in 5. So here's 1. Going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 and chain 1, and you can cut it off, and you have your spring coaster. And honestly, you could make these in any season with whatever colors that you decide to choose, but I picked the blue and yellow to add a little spring color to our home and our coffee table. But I hope this tutorial was helpful. If it was, I would love for you to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more crochet tutorials. Thanks!